Maxi dresses at 60. They are yours. They have always been yours. And today, I'm sharing 5 styling secrets that prove it. Moves that make maxis genuinely stunning on our bodies. Here's what most people don't realize. The maxi silhouette is actually one of the most optically intelligent shapes that exists. And I'll show you exactly why it works for us. 5 moves, and one of them will completely surprise you. It's the opposite of what most stylists tell us. Let me start at the beginning. My beautiful friends, I know some of you have a maxi dress hanging in your wardrobe right now, unworn. Not because you don't love it, but because something made you hesitate. Maybe you weren't sure how it would sit with your arms, or whether the fabric would cling at your midsection, or if the length would work with your height. And I want you to know, every single one of those concerns is something we're going to address today. Arms, midsection, how fabric behaves on our bodies, all of it. Every body in this room. Here's what I've discovered. Maxi dresses don't work in spite of our bodies. They work because of them. The drape needs our curves. And the 5th secret, I saved it for last because it's the one most stylists get completely backwards. When you understand it, everything else clicks into place. Let's start with the move that changes everything from the moment you put the dress on. Here's what happens when a maxi has nothing happening at the waist. Your eye scans the dress from top to bottom, and it keeps going. One long column. There's no place to land, no reason to stop, and everything that matters most, your face, your neckline, the light in your eyes, gets absorbed into the length. It's not the dress, and it's not you. It's the absence of an anchor. The fix is what stylists call a waist anchor, and here's the optical principle behind it. When you add a belt, a sash, or a fabric tie at the waist, you create a horizontal break in the silhouette. That break divides your outline into thirds. And here's the beautiful part. The eye automatically travels to the top third, to your face, to your neckline, to you. That's the rule of thirds, applied directly to your body. Simple geometry, extraordinary result. Now, for those of us with a fuller midsection, which honestly describes most women over 60, here's what I want you to know. The anchor does not need to sit at your natural waist. Move it up. A soft sash placed just below the bust creates exactly the same horizontal break. The same optical effect. Zero compression. It floats, it's comfortable, and it is genuinely beautiful. Here's what to look for. A wide sash, 2 to 3 inches across, in a color that matches or sits close to your dress. A woven fabric tie, or a stretchy wrap, both work beautifully. The one thing that undoes this instantly, a stiff leather belt on soft maxi fabric. It creates bunching right where you want smoothness. Set that one aside. And one more thing worth knowing. Many maxis now come with a self-tie already built in. That's worth specifically shopping for. It solves the whole question before you even reach for a belt. For search terms, try wide sash belt women, elastic wide waist belt, or maxi dress self-tie waist. In the US, Amazon, J. Jill, and Chico's carry wide sash styles in extended sizes. In the UK, M&S, John Lewis, and Next. Budget options start under $20. Mid-range runs $20 to $60. And if you want to invest, $60 and above gets you beautiful quality. We've anchored the eye upward. Now let's look at what's happening at the very bottom. Because the shoes you choose under a maxi are doing something most of us have never thought about. It shows up in photographs. That moment when you look at an image of yourself in a maxi you love, and something at the bottom just doesn't look the way it felt. When the heel is flat, the hem presses toward the floor. The whole silhouette gains visual weight at the bottom. It pulls the eye down rather than carrying it upward. And on the other side, a high heel after 60 can mean real discomfort, and for many of us, real instability. Neither extreme is the answer. The answer lives in a specific middle point, and it's more precise than simply add a heel. A 1 to 1.5 inch block heel does 2 things at the same time. First, that small lift raises the hem just enough that the fabric swings free when you walk. The leg line lengthens. Visually, the whole silhouette lifts. Second, The block shape spreads your weight across the entire heel surface. That's the structural difference between a block and a kitten heel. The kitten concentrates everything at a single small point. The block distributes it. Your balance improves. Your comfort lasts. 1 heel height. 2 benefits. That's what makes it the answer. Now, let's be specific, because our feet and ankles have their own stories after 60. For wider feet, a wide toe block sandal in a nude or skin tone shade. The open toe creates room without visual interruption. The leg line reads as continuous. Naturalizer carries wide fit block heels designed specifically for this. Their Vera and Kinley styles come up regularly in this community. For swollen ankles, an adjustable strap at the ankle. Not a fixed band, adjustable. The difference between wearing it all day and removing it by noon. And for those managing neuropathy or balance concerns, a low wedge under 1.5 inches. More surface contact with the ground than any heel shape. The same visual lift, with significantly more stability underfoot. Here's what to look for. A block heel sandal or mule, 1 to 1.5 inches high. Wide toe box if that serves you. Cushioned insole, it makes the difference on a full day out. And here's something worth knowing about shade. A skin tone or nude shoe at the hem creates a continuous visual line from ankle to floor. The leg appears longer even before the heel does its work. It's the shade and the heel working together. What to set aside? Flat thong sandals, the hem drags. Stilettos, the stability cost is real. And a very pointed toe shortens the visual line in the opposite direction. Search terms: wide width block heel sandal, low wedge sandal comfort women, or block heel mule wide fit. In the US, Naturalizer, Clarks, Cole Haan, and SAS for comfort-focused options. In the UK, Hodder is the specialist, alongside Clarks and M&S footwear. Budget, under $60 or £40. Mid-range, 60 to 120 US, 40 to 85 UK. And above that, Cole Haan and Quality Clarks both earn their price. And we're getting closer to the one that surprised me most, hack number 5. But first, the part of the Maxi most of us think about most, how it works with our arms. I want to start this one with a reframe. The question most of us carry is, how do I work with my arms when I'm wearing a Maxi? And I understand why that question comes up. But it's actually the wrong question, and the wrong question gives us smaller answers. The question that opens everything up is this: what proportion creates the most elegant shoulder-to-hip line? When we ask that, the arms conversation answers itself. And the science here is genuinely worth knowing. An open front layer, a kimono, a duster, an unbuttoned lightweight cardigan. When it falls from the shoulder to mid-hip or mid-thigh, it creates a vertical line that runs alongside your body. Your eye follows that line downward. The silhouette lengthens. The shoulder-to-hip ratio shifts in your favor. But here's the variable most people miss: the weight of the fabric. A heavy cardigan adds bulk right at the shoulder, which widens, rather than lengthens. A fluid fabric, chiffon, georgette, a lightweight linen blend, falls away from the body. It creates a clean, parallel drop. That difference between bulk and flow changes everything about how the layer works. Now, this is where we come back to what I promised at the start. Every arm reality in this room. For those of us with loose skin on our arms, which is simply what arms do over time, a fluid fabric moves with you as you walk. It doesn't press against the skin. There's softness in the movement itself. For fuller arms, that vertical line we just built draws the eye downward, elongating, not widening. The geometry works in your direction. And for those of us managing lymphedema or who have had surgery on an arm, this is where I want to be very specific with you. Look for open front styles where the sleeve is wide and floats free. No elastic at the wrist, no cuff that grips. A chiffon duster with wide, unstructured sleeves is designed exactly for this kind of movement. It was made for arms that need space, not constraint. This styling move, layering with a fluid open front piece, was made for us. Here's what to look for: an open front kimono or duster, falling to the knee or mid-calf, chiffon, georgette, or a lightweight linen blend, All of these flow, no elastic at the wrist. For color, keeping the layer close to your maxi, tonal, maintains that clean vertical line. A sheer overlay in a complementary shade can also work beautifully, especially if you want the layer to become part of the palette. What to move past? Structured blazers add shoulder bulk, the opposite of what we're building. And a cropped cardigan ends at the widest point of the hip, interrupting the very line we've just created. Search chiffon kimono duster women, open front maxi layer plus size, or lightweight linen duster cardigan. In the US, Chico's has a strong selection in plus sizes. J. Jill and Eileen Fisher for quality fluid layering. In the UK, M&S carries a chiffon kimono range. Next, Fat Face and John Lewis stock Eileen Fisher as well. Budget from under $35 or £25, mid-range to $90 US or $65 UK. And Eileen Fisher's open front linen blend dusters are the benchmark, around $120 to $180, worth every penny for what they do. We've worked from the waist and through the arms. Now let's move to the part of you the camera always finds first, your face, and the neckline that frames it. You've probably heard the face shape advice. Round, oval, square, match your neckline accordingly. And it works. But after 60, there are two layers underneath that advice that almost no one addresses, and together they change the outcome more than the shape ever could. The décolletage, how much to reveal, and how to make whatever you reveal feel completely deliberate, and skin tone. Because it changes this calculation entirely. A V neckline works like an optical funnel. It pulls the eye inward and downward, toward a destination. The width of that V determines exactly where the eye arrives. A narrow, deep V sends the eye straight to the chest. A wide, shallow V, what you might think of as a scoop V, creates a gentler draw. The eye travels in, then up, and lands at your face. Your neckline becomes a frame. That's the face frame principle. The opening of the neckline shapes where attention arrives. And with a wide, shallow V, it arrives where you want it. On you. Now, skin tone changes this calculation. And this is the part of neckline advice I don't see given the attention it deserves. For lighter skin tones, a warm color close to the neckline, a blush, a warm ivory, a soft terracotta, creates a gentle softness near the face. The face frame draws the warmth upward for deeper skin tones. And I want to say this clearly because I don't see it said enough. Jewel tones near the neckline create something extraordinary. Emerald, sapphire, deep burgundy. The contrast between the jewel tone and the skin creates luminous brightness right at the face. And in a maxi, that color travels from the shoulder all the way to the floor. The face frame effect is amplified at every point, and for the décolletage area, which changes with time, as all skin does, a cowl neckline creates soft, gathered folds there instead of a flat reveal. It adds texture and softness to the neckline, rather than simply exposing skin. For neckline shape, a wide, shallow V, a scoop V hybrid, or a cowl neck. Any of these frames your face beautifully. Each works. Choose by comfort and by the décolletage preference you just identified. For color, your warmest, most vibrant tone belongs at the neckline. If you're choosing a patterned maxi, position that pattern so the most colorful part sits closest to the face. High crew necks are the one shape to move past. They remove the face frame effect entirely and close off the very visual pathway we've been building. Search terms: V-neck maxi dress women over 60, scoop neck maxi plus size, or cowl neck maxi dress elegant. In the US, Talbot's, J. Jill, Eileen Fisher, Anthropologie, and Nordstrom all carry strong neckline options. In the UK, Phase 8 and Bowden lead, alongside M&S, Monsoon, and John Lewis' own brand. Budget under $50 or £35, mid-range $50 to $120 US, $35 to $85 UK. Phase 8 and Eileen Fisher consistently carry cowl and V-neck maxis in extended sizes at both ends of that range. And we have one hack left. The one I promised is the opposite of what every stylist says. Let's go there now, because here's the thing. All four of those moves work. But there's a reason some maxis drape beautifully on someone and not at all on someone else. Wearing the same dress, same size, same afternoon. And the answer has nothing to do with the belt, or the shoes, or the layer, or the neckline. It lives somewhere else entirely. Here is something that puzzled me for a long time. Two women. Same maxi dress. Same size. One looks fluid and elegant. The dress is doing everything it should. The other has tension across the midsection. Fabric that won't quite settle. Nothing hanging the way it should. The advice is always, size up. And sizing up often helps. But it doesn't explain why. There is an answer underneath that advice. And once you understand it, you will never shop for a maxi the same way. Every maxi dress has what I call a drape release point. It's the place on your body where the fabric stops following your curves and begins to fall freely. When that release point is at your waist, the fabric has to travel across your midsection before it can fall. If there is any fullness there, which is entirely normal after 60, the fabric creates tension. You see it as horizontal lines across the front, as pulling, as fabric that just won't lie right. The dress is not wrong. Your body is not wrong. The release point is in the wrong place. But when the release point is at your hip, the widest point, the fabric falls from there in a clean, unbroken line. No tension, no pulling, just drape. Now, why does sizing up work? Because a larger size moves the release point. It shifts from the waist to the hip. That's the mechanism. That's the only reason sizing up helps. And once you know that, you can solve the problem more precisely. The precise solution is this. Shop for maxis designed with a high hip release, where the fit is relaxed at the waist and fuller through the hip. And choose fabrics that naturally seek the hip as their release point, because they're fluid enough to follow your body rather than hold their own shape. Jersey, viscose, crepe. These fabrics move with you. They find the hip, they fall from there. And here is why this matters specifically for us. After menopause, the body redistributes weight naturally. The hip becomes fuller, the waist less defined. That redistribution is not a problem. It is exactly what makes a hip release maxi fall beautifully. Your body is doing the work the fabric needs. Here's how to apply this immediately, whether you're in a fitting room or shopping online. In a fitting room, put the dress on and take a few slow steps. Watch where the fabric begins to swing freely when you walk. If it swings from the hip, you've found your release point. If the midsection is still pulling before it swings, size up or try a different fabric. Online, look for these words in the product description. Flowy, draped, jersey, viscose, crepe. Those words mean the fabric follows the body. If you see structured, crisp, or tailored, the fabric holds its own shape, not yours. Set that one aside. Search jersey maxi dress women, viscose maxi dress plus size, or crepe maxi dress elegant women. In the US, Eileen Fisher is the benchmark for viscose drape. J. Jill, Chico's, and Amazon Essentials Jersey Collection all deliver. In the UK, Bowden and M&S carry excellent jersey maxi ranges, Next and Hush as well. Budget under $40 or £30. Mid-range 40 to 100 US, 30 to 75 UK. Eileen Fisher viscose maxis run 140 to 220, and for drape release behavior, they are the standard 5 moves. And when you look at them together, not one of them asks you to be different than you are. The belt, the heel, the layer, the neckline, the fabric, every single one works with exactly who you are right now. That's not a coincidence. That's the point. Which means every time you've stood in front of the mirror and felt uncertain, the dress wasn't the problem. The information was. 5 moves, each one designed to work with your body as it is today, not the body you think you should have. The belt, the heel, the layer, the neckline, the fabric, all of them pointing in the same direction, toward you. And every one of those moves belongs to you. Fuller arms, a rounder midsection, swollen ankles, lymphedema, surgical scars, every skin tone in this community. Not as a workaround, as an exact fit. I want to know which of these 5 moves you're trying first. Drop it in the comments. The belt, the heel, the layer, the neckline, or the fabric secret. I read every single one because this community is full of women who know that style after 60 doesn't fade. It gets sharper, more deliberate, more completely yours. Next, I'm sharing the one detail that makes even the most beautifully styled maxi look unintentionally dated, and it has nothing to do with the dress, the shoes, or anything we covered today. You won't expect it. If you want to be part of this conversation, subscribe. I'd love to have you here.